Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be talking about my Enhancement Shaman ult, and the reason being is I kind of got off to messing around on him with some talents. You know how beforehand I kind of got obsessed with maximizing the lightning bolt crits and trying to get over 1 million in PvP, and of course we did that in the other video based upon a couple abilities. Now, in this video, in 7.2.5, Enhancement Shamans have reached a new high in burst. Like, I haven't seen damage like this since early beta. So let's go ahead and jump into this video and talk about it.
It's who we are, it's what we do, we've come so far, and now we pay the price, so don't even cry. The world is breaking down, and I cannot leave the ground.
So if I was going to do a BG on Enhancement Shaman, I would definitely using something more like a consistency spec based around, 45-second or even a quicker burst on targets and just generating a lot of damage consistently over and over again and just grinding people down. It seems to work really well for Shamans. They can keep up quite a lot of DPS and consistency. Now, what I didn't expect was to find how much burst damage they could do when a Shaman fully committed and still being able to keep up 200k plus consistency inside PvP situations, and that still just absolutely blew my mind. So if I was going to play a max burst spec with an Enhancement Shaman, I would have to go Hot Hands and Sundering. Now this spec, I wanted something that could kill somebody in a very limited CC time. You guys know me, I just want to take something, amp it up with as much damage in the smallest amount of time and see what we can get, and that's what we've kind of done with this spec. We're going to need to take Hot Hands, and we're going to need to take Sundering, we're going to need to take Overcharge, and Earthen Spike also comes into play, even though Earthen Spike doesn't affect Hot Hands or Lava Lash. So one of the things I started noticing with the update in 7.2.5 was the ability Lashing Flames that starts to stack up on your target, and you know me, I just want to take it as far as we can, so I found out you can stack this up to 99. Now if you wanted to stack this up quite a bit faster, what you do is go ahead and proc Doom Winds, and you'd use your 45-second Bloodlust under Otter Talents, the Shamanism, to just hit the target extremely fast, and as you can see, the Lashing Flames is just stacking up insanely quick. Now what you could do with the macro that you're about to see, that I kind of threw together to do this, all this crazy damage, one single button. I'm like, genius. Genius, Blizzard, why would you do this? Anyway, so we got the 99 stacks. That's going to increase our next Lava Lash damage by 198%, and that'll stay on the target. Now, if you're doing like DPS versus DPS inside BG situations, obviously this is going to be challenging to do, because most targets will die way before you hit 99. Now, imagine if you were sitting on some kind of healer that wouldn't die inside a battleground, or if you're sitting on some kind of healer inside of arena where you could peak out in 99, which I think the highest I got in a healer in a battleground, I got up to like 89 or something like that. On DPS, I got up to like, I think 28 was the highest I got, and I rattled off like a 1.5 mil Lava Lash, which 1.5 mil Lava Lash is pretty powerful. That's nothing to bat an eye at, especially considering some of the most impressive bursts in the game is like a Frost Mage's Bolt, which hits for like 1.9 mil. So what I kind of did here, I guess you could say, is, hold on, let me show you this little macro. After I want to keep up those stacks. I don't want those to fall off. We got our Enhanced Burst macro. So what this macro does is it throws Blood Fury, which is, of course, is the Orc attack power. This actually has to do with a lot of damage when it comes to dealing this burst, because not only is this going to add attack power, but it also adds spell power. And being that Lava Lash, I'm fairly sure scales off of both and ends up being fairly good as far as maximizing your damage. Now the next thing we got is a cast sequence on a reset 40 seconds. Now you won't want that on, otherwise your cooldown for this macro can get very cattywampus and it may not work correctly. So what this thing does is it's going to throw up your ratio like I'm talking about. It's going to throw down your Skyfury Totem, which is going to increase the amount of damage that your crits do. It's going to pop off your Earthen Spike on a target, increasing your casting damage by 30%. Those two are just kind of like the prep work for getting to where you can deal the damage. And then you got Sundering, which pops out, hitting the target for about 500k to a million. Inside PvP combat, if you took the base resilience by 13%, you could bring that down to, you know, 790,000, something along those areas. And then you come up with the Lava Lash that comes off next. I actually let the stacks fall off. That's okay. I have some pre-recorded stuff. I was trying to get some insane crits going on in here to get the max potential on video. I will do it. I will do it. It's gonna happen in the future. But what we got here is the Sundering pops off, hits for about 1 million. The Lava Lash pops off, hits for a maximum crit. If everything procs correctly, you got up your Lava Lash, which is going to make you hit for 100% more. You got the complete stacks for 198%. You got your Blood Fury rolling, and you pop off a Lava Lash and it crits. You're going to hit for over 3 million damage. Now, what are the chances that I'm going to hit for 3 million damage right now? It's about 28%, so it's not a very good chance that you're gonna get one, at least when you want one on queue. Now let's say you're inside of arena, you're running this, and with this you have about a 45-second cooldown, about roughly a 45-second cooldown with this, so you can literally use this over and over again on a 40-second cooldown. Like, that just blows my mind that you can do this. Alright, we got our stacks up to 100%. I'm going to go ahead and just use Blood Fury, throw down Skyfury Totem, and pop off a Lava Lash and see if we can get something big. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that off. Where's my Skyfury Totem? It is lost. Where did I just put that? I lied. I found it. And I'm going to go ahead and pop off one of those. Now, you see there, even a non-crit hit for 1.4 million. A normalized crit of that would probably hit for 2.6 million, something along those lines. But since we have a Skyfury crit totem, it's going to hit for 3.2. And on this training dummy, 3.6. So check this out. So doing a little math on those abilities that you just saw, I've also included the Sundering since I've recorded that part. But what you just saw, the Earthen Spike, the Lava Lash, the Lightning Bolt, is an accumulated damage to about 6.8 million. You add in the Sundering, if that's also a crit, you got about 7.9 million damage. And then you got to factor in player resilience, which turns that back into about 6.9 to 6.8 million damage, something around that. So for ability cooldowns, 6.8 million damage. Remember how I said earlier that you could throw down a Lightning Surge Totem and get 5-second stun and then pop off this macro within that stun and watch something die, as long as you get the crits, of course. It becomes very hard to get all the crits in a row, being that you have about 28% crit inside PvP, so each one that you use, you're definitely going to have a lower chance that you're going to get a crit consecutively on these things. But as you just saw from the crit, or the video or the little clip I just showed you, it is definitely possible. Also, if you just have some of the other abilities critting, you don't get your big Lava Lash crit, it's going to hit for 1.3, 1.4 million outside of a major crit. As long as you get like a let's see, your Lightning Bolt proc, or your Lightning Bolt crit, you'll still pop that off for about 1.4 million. So you got about 2.4 or about 2.8 million damage there, just based on those two abilities. And if any of the other ones crit, you're going to get quite a bit more. And compared to my Frost DK, this damage to me is nuts. I haven't seen crazy damage like this in quite some time, since like early beta of Legion. We had warriors one-shotting people with shields. We had Frost DKs popping off dragons that one-shotted people, which still makes me mad that doesn't hit anywhere near as hard as this does in PvP. Like, this blows my mind that Enhancement Shaman can smash on somebody that hard with inside that cooldown. And then, as you know, since the spec is based around the kind of the casting side of it, you can go ahead and pop off your minor abilities on the target, still do a ton of damage outside the major cooldown, still throw up Earthen Spike, rock off some big lightning bolts, and still pop off about 800k storm strikes, which is still just an insane amount, and still benefit from your Lava Lash. And of course, if your Lava Lash pops up, you definitely want to be using that when you get your 100% proc rate. Would I recommend using this on a regular basis inside BG situations? At the beginning of the video, I talked about that a little bit, and obviously not. This would be something I'd try to benefit from. Let's say if you're playing like healer DPS inside of arena, let's say like Holy Pally Enhancement Shaman, that would give you quite a bit of uptime for chasing around a target, since he's got a lot of freedoms and stuff, and you can continually stack up that little Lava Lash proc, Flame Tongue proc on the target to get off that massive burst. And I have a feeling if you're able to actually get it correct inside of arena, not only would it be one of the most crazy clips I've seen inside of arena, it would most likely just kill the target. And if you're using this inside of a 3 situation, keep in mind that 6.9 million damage is just from the Enhancement Shaman. You imagine getting popped by a 3 million Lava Lash crit and then, you know, a warrior nuking on you or something? Like, this is like unbelievably strong. In the case of any burst at the moment, like I'm absolutely baffled by just what the Enhancement Shaman can do. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that and let you guys know what's been kind of rotating through my head when it comes to the Enhancement Shaman, and let you guys know how to do this ridiculous burst. Now, I know a lot of you guys play Frost DKs. You may not play an Enhancement Shaman, but if you want to play a class that has a bit more mechanical stability while keeping the consistent melee damage, it roughly has close to the same gameplay, but Shamans are a bit more mechanically inclined, and there are a bit more things you can do with them to either survive in PvP or generate range bursts or range damage on Enhancement Shaman, which I find really nice. So I wanted to kind of make this for you guys, let you know, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't got much else to talk about with this. I'm just kind of blown away. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this enhancement damage, because I mind blown. Anyways, guys, leave a like. Until next time, this was your boy Hazzed.